turn it on, they quit complaining. Oh, there they are. Dry ground? Rough. Wet ground? No rough. Yeah. They snuck in a 10% chance for yesterday, which did nothing. They said 12% for today, and even last night they were saying it's not a lot. At 4:30 it wasn't raining. Yeah. It was still dry at 4:30 too, by the way. But no, at 5:30 we have 2 100ths. And there's a tractor out there and 31 bales should be somewhere in there. I think 31 is what there should be out there. So yay. Oh yeah. Baler's sitting there. Rakes are on the other side of the roadway there, but the baler's sitting there wet now too. It's best if it's not wet when you're going to blow the stuff off. Yeah, so much for today's plans. Unless it clears up and the sun comes out for a couple hours, I'm probably not going to bring any hay in, which is just going to screw that up. But I will get the boys here fed. We got 6 girls? 5 or 6. That's all that's been coming in. I don't understand. And some of those others are crossing the creek every day. Huh. Yeah, but you're always in here. Yeah. And I think you're always in here. I know she's always in here. I know I'm shaking her head. But if there's 5 or 6 of us in here, we can't all be on the same side of the gate. Just the way it works out.
Oh, we used to come out our neighbors and have little bales all sprawled out in the field while it's raining. At least I was good enough to stack everything last night before I went home. So everything of ours is in a stack.
Nice thing about being in a stack is just the top bales that are getting wet. And I don't know if we've had enough to, you know, I don't like putting wet bales on in a stack though. But since we don't know how much more it's gonna rain, last I saw was 3 100ths, but that's been 2.5 hours ago. We're gonna take these up and get them out of the way.
I told you guys to stay up there.
Oh, look who came to join us. They'll go back up with us. Anyway, get that thing under cover. Maybe what's on top will dry off enough that it will blow off better later. It's one thing I always hate is having that thing out in the rain because it gets into the bales that are in it. Then it gets a little rust, then it sticks. Then it makes a big mess. Where'd she get in grease?
Her ass cheek right side.
Oh, she laid down on the shop floor apparently. Yep, she got a spot of grease on her butt. Keep her out of the house for a little bit, I guess. But there, see, we got to show you our walk. And some calves and some cows. I think she's saying Blue came down too, but I don't see him. Oh, he's apparently over in there somewhere. Anyway, get these in the dry and see if the trucks will make it out here, because we got to bring a little one out for the soft bales. Then see if I can put them where I want it to, because I'm not so sure about that. Oh yay, the fun part. I got it back into a barn and I won't be able to use my mirrors. So I was complaining about not being able to see, and I'm thinking, I can see the rakes in the mirror. That one just pointed the wrong way, and I can see everything. Not out of the other tractor. I had to look in one little spot about right here in the window to see her, and use the camera to get halfway in the shed. Hope I wasn't going to hit a pole. But see an issue here. I know it's not doing 16 and a quarter at an idle. Interesting. It wasn't that way the other day when I was in it. So, strange things happen sometimes. And I'm going to see if I can get this thing around here and turned around so it's pointed out. It's really the only place we have to get it out of the way at the moment. And, yeah, there's equipment in all that tall grass. Ty was worried about one of the rakes. Well, these are both 56s, and they've got the angled drive line between the axles. Those things are always screwed up. The worst thing they ever did was make them like that. Parked kind of between the trailer and the front of the swather there, though, is 55. It's got the straight axle. I love that rake. You don't have issues with it. But we did have issues with it. It self-destructed here, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And so we ended up swapping out to get by. It's been used by itself a couple times since, but yeah, gotta figure that out, because that's about the RPMs that this usually gets run raking. Doesn't matter which rake it's on, because it's the right ground speed. Well, he's creeping out there. I'm not sliding yet. There's gravel under most of this. I don't dare hit the jakes right now, though. Over there is what I'm not so sure about. But the only thing that doesn't have a little bit of rock to it is the flat. So we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to see if maybe somebody will get a little video of me loading and maybe get some unloading too. You know, usually only haul a part of a load here. Oh, you stupid bastard. Gotta love the electronic crap. That's why I can't run the throttle. Well, I'm not gonna park it on the bridge. Anyway, I'm gonna go full load and hopefully it doesn't rock and roll too much. That way the wet ones stay on top, so I don't have to try to figure out which ones are wet. But in the meantime, I get this far enough through here that if we have to, we can get the little truck around it. But stinking computer in an N14, it does this every now and then. I didn't hit the throttle earlier, so it decided to derate. All I got to do is shut it off and let it reset, then we should be good again. Actually, I didn't have to shut it off. I stopped. I was going to shut it off, and I hit the brake. Light went out, it underated. But I had to stop here too, so yay. Yeah, kind of almost forgot about this. And yeah, wet butt tractor there. And where I'm sitting is the top part of where I filled in the ruts with quite a bit of rock mix, so I shouldn't have any trouble moving. If I do, I just back up, start over. Didn't have any trouble coming up it. Hit computers on engines. She opened the gate. I came through there. Well, I didn't rev it up when I come through because I was idling, so it wouldn't spin out. Stopped to let her. She jumped to ride. Stopped to let her off to get on the tractor, and frickin' thing did it again. So I did the brakes a couple times. It didn't do it. Shut it off, let it reset. I don't know. Like I said, I hate computers on engines.
It's raining. There's 9 bales over here and 21 over here. We were doing 21 to where it was a single stack on both sides and then one straight down the middle. But since it's raining, and obviously you guys can't tell that it's raining, I have a feeling it's going to be like this all day. So I am still not the best at the whole double stacking, pick him up and load him. So Dad's like, I don't want to watch you drop him, so he does it. And it's no offense to me because I just haven't had enough practice with that. But I'm pretty decent at stacking. Occasionally there's some that he'll reconfigure because Normally it's hotter than shit like we've been, and that's normally when I'm stacking. So sometimes you kind of lose your mind a little bit, I guess you'd say. But he did promise you guys I'd get you guys some video, so. And I don't even know. Yeah, you guys can tell there's a whole bunch of raindrops, but it's actually, I'm wetter than what my sweatshirt looks like. But like that one, we're on a little bit of a hill here, and I couldn't get on it straight, so we'll probably end up straightening that one up with the next. And I chose to do this pile first instead of that one because I got one bale that we gotta retie if we can. As you guys know, there's 5 twine on these instead of 6 because we have another problem with one of them. So, and of course, one of the ones that I need to have on that bale, we don't. And he's got one soft one that I put off to the side on this one that I wasn't so sure about stacking because I made it that far with it. And that was going to be far enough with where the stack was anyway.
Well, if I put it in the right order, you already seen me loading most of this. It's leaning a little to this side, which is kind of what I want, because part of that I'm leaning to the right. The singles that were over there were taken off. We'll come up with the other truck and get them. And there's 4 double sets, I'll set them on. Be just perfect, be a full load actually. And no, I may have to leave a couple. Oh well, anyway. Right, there's one reason we're leaving these for the other one. That one's kind of soft. She didn't hit it right. Although I think it's the other one that's soft. I don't know. Anyway. Get this up, come back and get these. And Ty just remembered she's got to ride that far fence line before we can turn cows out there. But that's the plan. As soon as we're done, cows will be out there. After we get the 2 bales out of there.
Is that good tree leaves? Huh? Are those good tree? I didn't get her grabbing them, but the rain's weighing them down enough where she can reach them right there, huh? Hi, Delane. You got a mouthful of grass, sweet girl. What do you think there, Mom? Delaney? What do you think? Yeah, I know. You're the lonely 3-year-old out there. You are. You're the lonely 3-year-old.
Becky's driving. She does good with it. That thing's like driving actually it's better than driving a Toyota pickup. It turns tighter, believe it or not. And Ty's going to bring the John Deere in because the farther out I get in that, where I'm at, putting the top bales up with the skid steer gets too tippy. Because it only goes so far before it wants to go over. Kind of like my camera. If I turn it farther than that, it's going to flip. So, I don't think it's going to quit raining today. I think it's going to be steady all day. Which I guess that's fine. Strap it to the fork so we can get it up there. I get it about 2 inches off the ground and I want it to fall apart. She's just tightening it up so we don't lose that. We may or may not need that to get it off. But now we got a short one to go get. Happy cows. They're slowly making their way to it. A couple bare spots there that, whatever seeds left. Hopefully it'll fill in.
Come on, girls! Come on, Eeyore! Come on, Attitude! Hurry up! Come on! Hurry, let's go!
Blakely, you got a new one, bug. Oh, is that pretty good, Eeyore? Bam, come on! Red, stay. Bam, Bam! Bam, Bam, hurry up, Buggy! Come on! Come on, babies! Come on! Come on, little mama! Red, stay over here, please. Come on! Come on, Bam! Bring the babies! Come on! Careful. Come on, Bam! Come on, babies! Come on, Bam! Come on, babies! Come on! Bam's a good daddy. He always gets his the younger ones. The little stragglers. I got one, though, that's up towards the barn already. Come on, Bam! Come on, big boy! Hurry up! Come on! Yeah, I got a young one that just got let out yesterday. He's running back to the barn because he don't know about this stuff. You forgot the babies behind you, Buggy. I gotta make sure that these calves come up, but I don't want to scare them back down the hill.
Well, Bam Bam's group has the 3-corner piece now. Ty spent a couple hours fence along there. Some shitty insulators we ended up with. They just snap off where they clamp onto the post eventually. She had a whole row of them. And people on the other side of the fence, if I catch them, they're gonna not like to meet me. They keep messing with the damn fence. It was straightened up before we ever cut hay. It got straightened up again after cutting hay. They think it's fun to take the hot wire and take the woven wire and wrap it over the hot wire and pop insulators off. That's all ties. I mean, there's a slight chance deer could have done it, but she was watching a deer clear it and they were clearing fine. And where it's messed up isn't where the deer generally cross, so I leave it to people. But hey, looky there. In here, that's wet. And it's wet down a little over an inch, but it'll dry. That bale's a wet topped one. And there's a row and a half of wet topped ones there. The rest of them are crammed in over there. When they get dry, I'll stack them in. Nice having the John Deere for those top ones in that section because you see the way it slopes off so quick. And it's a little quicker when you get outside. I mean, I've built it up more over the years, but it still gets really tippy. Get into this section, it's not as bad, but still not that great. It's no fun when you get into here with the skid steer going up that high and trying to miss those when I can't see them from the seat. And I was really hoping I get Ty showing me setting those up with the skid steer, and taking them off the trailer. But say she was out there fixing fence. I just got back from getting feed. We didn't dump it into the totes yet. We'll do that tomorrow. It literally just quit raining here, like right before I started this chunk of video. And she just finished feeding here. Looks like maybe a heifer came in, or two. And I got to see Blakely before I left to go get feed. Becky took me to an appointment this morning. And I got to see Brooke too, you know. And she's took Brooke home, so I'll see her in a little bit, I imagine. But that's our day. At noon, we had just shy of 2/10 of an inch of rain. And my whole trip when I was gone, I had the wipers on the whole time. I mean, I shut them off 2 or 3 times, but, you know, shut them off for 500 feet, turn them back on. So, that's our Friday. Had to get that feed today or it'd be Monday. And I'm hoping maybe tomorrow I'll start working on that rake. That's going to be a little bit because I got to take a bunch of stuff apart before I can start cutting on it. Then figure where I'm going to cut it for sure. And hopefully get it all apart. That's going to be the fun part. Not looking forward to that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hope everybody has a great weekend.